I'm nice and composed now.
Yeah, you're calm now, yeah? You got that out of your system. Well, it's about to get back into your system. Broken generation. Here. Black in the place. Black in effect. I wonder if that offends anyone when I say that.
Black online.
Yeah. Black to where we're meant to be.
On top, innit?
Black on top. Could be a Y, but it's all right.
Could be in it.
I like it, though. I like it.
Okay.
So, we're going to run with a different topic. This one's going to be controversial. But what's not controversial when we talk?
It's a fact.
I'm trying to line it up. See, I'm not prepared, man. I'm not prepared.
That's all right.
For the people that are listening and not watching, I have to find this topic back through my phone. Because it was a topic that was discussed in one of my groups.
One of your WhatsApp groups?
One of the WhatsApp groups. Interesting response.
Come on.
So I thought, why not bring it to the pod?
Yeah.
And maybe other people can see it and other people can discuss it.
Let's do that.
So, it's an American, is it a podcast? So it's called Revolt Black News.
Shout out to Revolt, that's P. Diddy.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if it's a podcast or if it's an interview or if it's just a statement. But the whole conversation is around the rise of black women coupling with white men. Interracial dating. So my brother, give me your initial thoughts.
Okay. My unbridled thoughts, yeah. I don't know. It's interesting.
It's a lot of thinking
It's a lot of thinking. The reason why my initial knee-jerk reaction is, nah, I don't like that, you know.
Okay. That's fair. Why?
But
What spurs your initial reaction?
So initially my brain goes towards the elite of a black woman.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is like the best of the best, yeah?
Okay.
What goes to my head is the best of the best going with a random.
What, someone that's not worthy?
That's what I'm thinking. That's what comes to my head immediately.
Okay.
That's the wrong concept to think through, but that's what comes immediately. My knee-jerk reaction is, rah, what's she going to run over there for?
Okay. Well, when you got all of that over here.
That's what I'm saying. That's my knee-jerk reaction.
Okay, fair.
But now I've breathed, took it in at an understanding level. I think there are a plethora of thoughts.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are you able to share some of those thoughts?
I'm trying to dodge the bullets.
I don't know. Tell your truth,
I'm trying to Matrix Neo in here.
We already have to put a disclaimer over 18s on this episode already. So,
do you know what it is? I am. Every child that comes from an interracial relationship is black.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's one person that's black, that child's black.
Yeah. Dominant genes and all of that.
In my eyes. So I'm conscious in the mind of how does that child view the world?
Okay.
Yeah, because me as a black man, I view the world with racial eyes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if a Caucasian person views the world through like racial eyes. Does that make sense?
Okay.
A racial lens. And that might be important to me because that's a part of my identity to view the world how I view it. But it may not be important to a Caucasian person who views the world, who lives out this world. Does that make sense?
It makes sense in the sense of what's different.
Yeah, so it might be cagey towards me because when I go to the doctors and I go to the receptionist, I have to be super more polite than I reckon another person has to be. If I have an interaction with a police officer, if I've got wisdom, I have to be more polite than I usually am.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Whereas a person that's not of color, I don't think they have to think about how am I going to be perceived as much as I do. That's just my assumption. I may be completely wrong, but that's just my assumption.
No, and I think that's true. I'm definitely aware of that myself.
When I see things of, when I see racism or when I see a particular race, a black race or a black person being bullied or seen as inferior in the public, my knee-jerk reaction is to see Wagwan.
Okay, yeah.
My knee-jerk reaction isn't to see Wagwan if it's two Caucasian people, two Indian people, or two people of other descents. Does that make sense?
So remember, we're not talking about interracial. We're just talking about black women, white men.
So this is where I'm about to go.
Okay, because Okay.
Gee, I don't know if I want to make these statements, but these are some big statements.
Make a statement,
big
man.
statements. I think the first woman on earth was a black woman.
Okay.
I think we are all descendants of a black woman.
Okay, yeah.
I think the black woman is God.
Yeah.
I think that black woman should be put on a pedestal and honored and respected.
Speak your mathematics.
Oftentimes,
God. Speak your mathematics, God.
oftentimes, at a base level, we don't think like that. We just think everyone's everything, and there's nothing spiritual about how we live our day-to-day lives. But oftentimes, I think there is, and I think there needs to be an honoring of, from black people, an honoring of the mother, an honoring of the woman, and I think in general in society. All of that being said, my knee-jerk reaction when I see it is, nah, I don't know what I go on here. But I'm happy. Love is love, innit?
Okay.
So I just dodged. I just walked
You
all the way right now.
You went all the way right. Still, I'll give you that. You went all the way.
I don't know if I addressed it, but go on, you talk.
So do you know what I was told? Yeah, this is what I was told. Whether or not, well, it's not true in my opinion, but it might be true in others. So I was told I could never understand
Yeah.
the importance of a black woman because my mum's white.
Ooh, okay, talk to me.
So that's what I was. So obviously, my dad's black, mum's white. So I've not been brought up by a black mum. So someone said to me, because I said, there's nothing wrong with it. Cool, innit? Like, everyone's everyone. I can a black man white with the white girls, but it's different. And the instant response was, but you'll never understand the importance of a black woman because you was raised by a white mum.
Okay.
And a black dad. I said, okay, all right, let me step back because my response, I don't know. I need to build up, and because my respect is obviously there. But have they got a point? Possibly.
What I would say is, culturally, the black woman holds the culture.
No, 100%.
The black woman holds the culture of their ethnicity, their diversity, way more than a black man does.
Yeah, definitely.
So what I mean by that is, the less black women we have, the less culture we have.
But, so boom, so does it make them less black if they're with a white man?
Does it make them less black?
Yeah.
I think it...
See, that's a good thing.
Respectfully speaking, I think they have to dimmer down their black light.
You think?
That's just my opinion, innit?
Okay, no, that's interesting.
I may be completely wrong, but a black man doesn't have to dim his black light.
Well, a lot, like you spoke earlier, a lot of white women are attracted to black men because they are black men.
So I think a black man can turn up, if he wants to, his blackness when he's with a white woman or any race, but a black woman isn't able to be even more black. I think she has to dimmer down her light. This is just broadly speaking. I may be completely wrong.
Okay, no.
That's the thoughts that comes into my head. So a black woman who's with a white man, oftentimes the white man doesn't take on the black characteristics. The black woman takes on the white characteristics.
So you think it's very much one-sided?
Oftentimes. This is just me broadly speaking.
Well, we don't know facts, do we? We're having a conversation.
So the context I'm speaking from is a black man.
Yeah.
So I'm speaking from that context. I'm not a black woman.
Yeah,
so I can't speak from... Nah, that's not actually true, Dean. It's completely different. But that's just from my eyes, my vantage point. What are you saying?
No, I think you definitely touched on some important points. And I think like what you're saying is... I say if we're looking in social media or we're looking in like celebrities, when we see a lot of black women with white men, they are very composed. They're not the Nicki Minaj's. They're not the Cardi B's. They're not the proper
to be fair,
they're not like that's
they don't have their natural hair.
They
don't have their like. Yeah, I don't know, mate. It's just where
they're not looking like they come from Wakanda.
Yeah, facts.
Which, thinking about it now, you kind of see, okay, when they talk about it. So on this, whatever it was, podcast interview, they showed, these are the famous women.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they're all there, hair straight, very of high, like,
prestige,
respectable. Yeah. Like, it's not some girl slumped in the corner, a rapper or this person, or, not even sports people like that. Like, they're politicians, they're this person, they're that person. They might be movie stars. So it's true what you say. There could be some truth in the fact they have to kind of dimmer down their black. But I think they are in touch with their their blackness, but maybe they don't showcase it as much as someone may if they were in a black relationship.
And to be fair, what does it mean to be black? That's the ultimate question. Because
there we go.
the cameraman was just giving me a wave there.
Okay.
Because the real question is, what does it mean to be black, or what does it mean to be cultured? Because just because your skin's melanated doesn't necessarily mean that you are of a culture, the black culture, of a Jamaican culture, Caribbean culture, or of African culture, or African descent. Even if you are of descent, what does it actually mean to be black? Because if it's just relating to your melanation, then it's not worth that much. Does that make sense?
Do you think like now culture plays a bigger importance to colouring, or do you?
No, I think as we go down the generation, specifically here in Britain, the cultures are mingled.
Yeah.
I don't think it necessarily means. Whereas back in the day, it meant something to be a white British individual, from the pub culture to the beers to, do you know what I mean? The pop music, all of that's mixed. Like a young person my age, probably a black, white, and whatever you are, you probably listen to the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So I think culturally we're amalgamation of all different things. So I don't think here in Britain we necessarily have a white culture and a black culture for our generation. I think the cultures are mixed. It's not necessarily a black or white thing.
Do you know what I think it is? A more class thing, and we spoke about it before.
Yeah.
I think there's a class separation.
Yeah.
But yeah, culture-wise and society-wise, I think we are mixed a lot. But I do think there is still classes that separate.
So what I do love is when I see a black man and a black woman who are maybe of African descent and they still stay true to their Nigerian roots and things like that. Seeing them together is incredible because that culture is not necessarily the British culture.
Okay.
So when I see people celebrating their cultures together, I think that's amazing. I even think it's amazing when I see a black person and a white person in a relationship. And the white person is taking on the black culture. Like I love that stuff, and that's not to say that love is blind, but that's just to say I love when it's clear that they're in love with each other because they share culture and they share individualism. So when I see a black man and a white woman, oftentimes I don't see anything. My knee-jerk reaction isn't like, "Well, go on here," because oftentimes the black person has dimmed down his blackness, and the white woman is dimmed up her Jamaican culture. Do you know what I mean? Oftentimes I see, that white woman might know how to cook better than most black people that I know. Do you know what I mean? She might know how to chuck down in a Dutch pot and things like that, or she knows more yard music than me. Does that make sense? So I like the amalgamations of cultures, not just on skin level. Does that make sense?
Okay, deep one.
Know, man,
so taking it to some of the comments and taking it somewhere else, I saw someone write, like, what have we done? Why are black women now finding white men? Like, why do they hate? And that was crazy. Why do they hate black men? I said, that's crazy. Because how many years have black men been with white women?
That's a fact.
But now, because black women are starting to branch out, now we're saying, wait now, why do they hate us?
Yeah. And the truth is, I don't think they're saying why do they hate us. But
but people are saying it.
Some people
maybe we're not saying it, but there are people saying it.
But I think there are a lot of black women who are more educated than black men, that are more financially stable than black men, and therefore those that can keep up with them are of the other race, are of other races. And
so there we go. It's class again. Do you think
class.
it's more class than?
Oftentimes it's more class because when you see them together, you see it as a class level most of the times.
Okay.
I saw a not to bring other people's names in, but it's beautiful when it works. Yeah. When the class is the same, the culture is the same, and it merges and it looks beautiful, then hats off to them. But of other people where it just looks strange, it's probably because it is strange. You know what I mean?
What, the relationship strange?
Yeah.
But what, to you or to them as well?
If they're happy, they're happy. So it doesn't matter whether it's to me. You get me? If they're happy, then they're happy. I'm all for it. So like if I see a black person and a white person, like for example, I know a couple. I don't know a few couples actually that a white male and a black woman, and I love them both the same, and they look like they should be together.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So it's not. So when I look at them, I don't say, "Oh, rah, you're black, he's white," but I'm just like, "Oh, right, now that makes sense. That's love."
But you would acknowledge it more than if you've seen it the other way around, wouldn't you?
I'd acknowledge it more. Yeah.
So it'd be more recognizable that.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a black woman and a white man.
Yeah, it'd be 100% more recognizable.
Okay, but why do you think that is? Why is that? Because of everything we spoke about previously, or do you think it's the defense mechanism as a black man?
Could be. That's what I think. Yeah, probably a defense mechanism. My first knee-jerk reaction is to say that. Whereas on the other hand, when I see a black man with a white woman, my knee-jerk reaction is like, yes, my brother. Well, go on there, yeah?
You spoke about it a lot of times on the
really, I'm like, yes, my brother, go out with the tea. Yeah. Take that, slave master. Take that. The banter.
Oh, this guy. This guy.
So what going though? Because I think we do have something to say for it as well. Because there is a reaction towards. Because I think every black woman would probably, again, love is love. So maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Their first reaction might be, oh, let me see what the black men are saying. And it's because their black men are not up to scratch. They're not up to standards in regards to culturally, respectfully, financially, blah blah blah. Then they're gonna go somewhere else. And I get it.
So do you think there is any truth in me not being able to say, like, put a black woman on that pedestal because I wasn't raised by a black woman? And then in turn saying, can a white man not respect a black woman as she should be respected? Because this might be the first black woman, and for him it's just another girl. But as a black male raised by a black woman, you're saying that's more than just any other girl. That's a black woman. That's the god. That's the queen.
Because from my growing up, I have seen the struggles, the overcoming, the wisdom of a black woman. So that it might just be personal. It might just be that, Joe, my mum's just smarter than most of the black men that I've seen in the world. Or it could be that, no, that's just something innate within her, that she's a black woman and then she speaks in a certain way.
But I think that's shared by a lot of people I know that have been raised by black women share that same sentiment.
I don't know. I couldn't respond into you specifically and say whether it's true.
Well, I'm saying people of my ethnicity.
Yeah.
Not me personally, but people of my ethnicity.
I think it depends on how much quote unquote blackness is been given to you, where you find your blackness. Because I know I'm black because my mum says I'm black.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas if you had to look in the mirror to say you're black, or you have to get your identity as a black person from somewhere else, oftentimes it's not the fathers, but if it is, amazing, congratulations. But it's from TV or it's from the news or it's from your friends. If that's where you find out your identity as a black man, then that's where I think there's a issue, not an issue, but it's just a failing somewhere. Whereas I think your identity should come from your family.
Yeah, definitely.
If you've got a good family, you should be from your mother, your father, them teaching you what the ways in which you should view the world, how you should view yourself, their love and interaction with you, their appreciation for you back and forth. It should treat you and form you into a person. And I think it will be different if you're a black mother, black dad, or a white mother, or white dad. Yeah. Just thoughts, innit?
It's interesting, isn't it?
Ultimately, if you're a black woman or if you're a white woman, holler at me, innit? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you're saying you don't
I don't discriminate.
People on pedestal. Oh, discriminate. That's even better.
I don't discriminate.
There's no discrimination.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think we touched on that subject. Is there anything you would like to add? Because
anything I'd like to add,
like as any part of that discussion, is something in the back of your mind saying, "This is what I need to say."
No, I think I would say as black men, we should do better and be better. All banter aside, I think we as black men specifically should be a better representation of ourselves.
Okay.
In every aspect. So whether it's a white woman looking at us or a black woman looking at us or a Chinese woman looking at us, they should desire us because we are great, not merely because we're black. Does that make sense?
Right. You know me, I always take it different places.
Go on, talk to me.
Are you willing to have a conversation with a white friend around having a black girlfriend? So if he's coming to you and saying, brother, like, it's a bit hard, like, you know, or say he wants to buy her some products or wants to cook her a food and he doesn't really know where to start. Like, are you having that conversation? Are you able to have that conversation?
Do you know what?
I think that's respectable.
That's respectable, bro. To be fair, a few relationships are coming into my head now, and I'm like, okay.
Now you're starting to.
So, what do you mean? Could they come to me for advice? Is what you're asking?
Yeah, like advice, or
facts.
If like a friend come up and said, you know what, I'm feeling black girls, but I don't really know how to approach them, or I don't really know how is it gonna work. Or
facts. I'll give them advice. Should I tell you the advice? Number 1, don't pull her hair. Yeah. Don't touch your hair.
Because it might come.
That's correct. 2, a thumb in the booty hole may sound like a good idea. Don't do it to a black woman.
That's your was solid advice.
Number three, yeah. Number three, always brush your teeth.
Okay.
Gotta have good breath in it. That's my top 3 tips. If you want to get with a black woman, that's my tips.
That's it. So take it from here, people.
That's a joke, by the way. That's a joke.
Take it from here, people. That's Mr. Henry's top 3 tips on how to secure your black girl.
I'm seeing the cameraman very upset right now. The cameraman is very upset. That's not my advice. I apologize. That was just a joke, innit? I love you guys.
Those were jokes. Nah, but it's a conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
You never know, man. I know white guys with black girls, and it fits.
If it fits,
I wouldn't even look, because I've always known them to have black girlfriends.
Yeah.
It would look weird the other way around.
To be fair, when I look at people of our generation, I don't see, because like the images that you showed in the clip on the revolting is older women, older black women. So that's where I'm like, But for people our age and our generation, I don't go like that, because I think we're all the same. We're all culturally the exact same. So yeah, cool, man. It doesn't matter if you're black and white, guys. Shout out to Michael Jackson.
Is it? Shout out to Michael Jackson. You see the they clone Tyrone. He said Michael Jackson's still here.
Oh my god.
Man said he's seen him working in Walmart or something down the road. Hold tight, they clone Tyrone, man.
Yo, that's the biggest thing, fam. That is the biggest. I shout it to everyone of ethnicity.
You see the kickback already, though, because an English brother again playing in American.
Oh yeah. But he played it well.
Yeah. Listen,
he's solid.
Yeah, he don't
I rate. Watch that, people. That is a solid ass show. Netflix, man, it's special.
We are the Broken Generation. Myself, Danger.
I go by the name and last name Henry on Instagram. Follow me.
And you have just been Broken Generation. No?
It works.
I don't know if it does.
It doesn't. Say it with confidence. It works.
Or have you've just stepped into a broken generation? We are the broken generation.
So yeah, you got to stick with we are, innit?
We are the broken generation.